Last tutorial, in part 1, we began by starting to add another field to the report and just changing the format of the report a bit. We're going to do a bit more in part 2. So the first thing we do is open the report by double clicking it. We go to Home, we go to View, and we go to the Design view, so we can change the design. Now the first thing we need to do is complete what we did with this added field and heading, and if we click on here, we can see that there is a number of properties we can change. The one we want to change is the caption. Here we go, the caption, and what we want to put in there is cost. Now as soon as I change that, you'll see that cost now changes here. Now the other thing is we want to put the cost field into this one here, because we want to store the cost of what it is costing to borrow it. So if we go across to the data, we can look at control source, which effectively says which field is putting the data into this text box. And if we use the drop down field here, we can choose one of the fields that we associated with the report, and in this case it's cost, so we put that in. Now what we have, and if we have a look now at our report view, we can see now that this holds the cost of the report, of the video rather, in the report. The problem is though, it doesn't look like it is in dollars and cents, and also this is not in the convention that VCAR requires. So let's go back to the design view, and first of all we're going to change the heading here so that it is in line with the convention, and that is that we put the units in the heading, which are dollars. The second thing is next is we go to cost, and we're going to look at format. Now we want the format to be not a currency, because we don't want the dollar in here, we want a fixed, and we want the number of decimal places to be 2, as in the requirements for VCAR. Now if we go and have a look at our report view, we can suddenly see that it now says that we have $3, $7, $3. What we aren't getting though is a sum of the total, and this is what we need to do next. So let's go back to the design view. The first thing to do that is to put a footer on, or a section at the bottom of each member set to records. The way we can do that is by clicking on member number and going to the sort and group. There we have it here. Now here are some of the properties, but they're not the ones we want. So if we click on more, we find out with a header section without a footer section. We want with a footer section. So we select with a footer section, and then we just get rid of that bottom window. Now we've got a footer section on the bottom here. Now we're going to add, to show how to get the total cost for each member, we're going to add a text box, and we're going to put it here, right underneath the cost. And we're going to change this label here. We change the caption to total cost, and that's going to be in dollars. And here is going to be slightly different. We need to go to data, and instead of just selecting one of these, we need to go to here. Now what is it going to do? It's going to equal the sum of the field cost. Why have I put it in square brackets inside the round brackets? Is because the square brackets identify it as a database field, and then it needs to be in brackets because sum is a function. So if we go OK here, we can quickly go back to our report view, and suddenly we see that it is totaled. We just need to now change the format.